So, coming from Gizmodo, the AI fraud is just getting ever so much stupider. The AI Cold War just got chillier. So, apparently, Anthropic is now spying on their users to try to verify that they're not, folks from China. So, one of the big things that's been going on in the AI world for a little while now is that Dario is very sad because Chinese AI companies have been doing distillation, quote unquote, attacks against Anthropic's AI to try to improve the Chinese AI system. So basically, when we talk about distillation, what this means is you have one AI system query another AI system and get the response back, and then the first AI system is able to improve themselves based off of those responses. And so one of the big things that we've heard in the news is how China man is attacking American artificial intelligence with distillation attacks. And as I've argued for a while now, I do find this to be a bit weird, right? With AI, going out and scraping all the websites in the world, Cloudflare. So Cloudflare is an infrastructure as a service provider. They try to do things like stop denial of service or distributed denial of service attacks against platforms and websites. They literally had to come up with a product to try to stop AI scrapers, because AI scrapers were scraping particular websites to the point that they were crashing the websites. It didn't matter if there's a robots.txt file. It didn't matter what process you went through, right? The AI company, the most important thing to these AI companies is that they get what they want, right? They're asking for permission, and they will only accept yes, and they'll only accept yes. And so one of the weird things with this whole AI debacle is all these AI companies have gone out, they scraped the world's, the world's database, data store of knowledge and information. And it wasn't even simply that they grabbed up all of this intellectual property, copyrighted material, all of that type of thing, but literally that while they did it, they degraded and damaged and caused real and actual harm to the people that were running the systems and servers that they were trying to scrape. And so it's really funny right now. Daro, these crocodile tears cried as oh my God, he is just blowing snot bubbles at the idea that Chinese artificial intelligence companies would be querying his systems. Don't you understand? When my company takes data from your systems, that is scraping. When your company tries to take data from my systems, that's an attack. That's what the Chinese just simply can't get through their heads. So anyways, the big thing going on now is they're trying to stop these distillation attacks. And so apparently what they're now doing is they're essentially spying on the users of Anthropic to try to verify where they're coming from, and then based off of certain markers, then try to ban them from access to the Anthropic services, which, I'm sure that's going to work out well. As the newly crowned most valuable startup in the world and the maker of what are widely considered to be the most capable AI systems, Anthropic has a delicate line to toe as it comes of age under an administration known for picking fights both at home and abroad. If it wants to keep releasing industry-leading AI models, it'll have to do so, at least for the time being, on the federal government's own terms. That apparently includes keeping a wary eye out for Chinese abuses, even that has to be implemented through inconspicuous spyware. So there you go. Earlier this week, complaints started surfacing on Reddit about a mechanism embedded within Claude Code, which appeared to covertly flag users based in China or with ties to Chinese AI labs by detecting telltale signs like time zone and the use of proxy URLs. One Redditor made the case that by surreptitiously keeping tabs on Chinese users, Anthropic could ultimately use its spyware towards more malicious ends. Quote, today, it's a time zone zone check, the Redditor wrote. Tomorrow, it could be system sabotage or data exfiltration. Anthropic's response to this was basically oopsie daisy. In an X post on Tuesday night, Tariq, a member of Anthropic's technical staff working on Claude Code, said the spyware was, quote, an experiment we launched in March that was meant to prevent account abuse from unauthorized resellers and protect against distillation. That the company had been, quote, meaning to take down the spyware for a while, and that it should be fully rolled back in the deployment of Fable 5, which arrived Tuesday. And we go over, we take a look. This is actually on Twitter, right? Coming from Tariq. Hi, this is an experiment we launched that was meant to prevent account abuse from unauthorized resellers and protect against distillation. The team has landed stronger mitigations since, and we've actually been meaning to take this down for a while. We've merged a PR, and this should be fully rolled back in tomorrow's release. So here's an interesting. So they implemented this spyware, this spying on their users previously. They meant to roll it back, and they just never did. That's interesting. That's an interesting data point. The other thing to be thinking about here, though, is that the team has landed on stronger mitigations since. And so I have a question. What are those stronger mitigations that that Anthropic has implemented since? I think many of us would like to know what that actually is. Well, yes. See, before we were taking the time zone information and the URL information and all this other information, and see, what we realized is we could just take a picture of you using your webcam. Wait, what? So don't worry. We are no longer checking your time zone. We're just gonna record the audio in the room and take a video snapshot every hour. That'll work for us. Wait, no, but right, and sounds like I'm making a funny there, but it really is true. Like, what is the stronger mitigations to try to prevent the nefarious Chinese users from using these particular systems? Yeah, that's basically it. It goes into the rest of it. So this is going to be, interesting to see with how far this goes. And this is where I talk about the whole anti-China mentality and how it's destroying the trust in the American AI stack, right? So if you want to buy our hardware, you're going to have to jump through all of these hoops in order to buy our hardware. If you buy our services, in 90 minutes, your access to our AI services may be ripped away, right? With Mythos 5 and Fable 5, apparently Anthropic was given 90 minutes to try to figure out a solution, and they couldn't, and that's why they shut down those particular models. Now what we're hearing out of Anthropic, right, is oh, well, we're just gonna spy on you to verify that you're the right type of user. And this is on top of with NVIDIA, right? In Congress, they were arguing about in Congress that NVIDIA GPUs would have to be embedded with some type of system to actually show their geolocation for where they were being used. This is a real thing. This isn't conspiracy theorist. This isn't like Chinese propaganda. No, that shit was being argued in Congress. So as I've said many times before, right? If you're the CIO in Argentina or the CIO in Spain, and you're like, okay, so service can be ripped away at any particular time. I can try to buy the hardware, but I have no idea if I'll be able to access the hardware. If I am able to buy the hardware, it may literally have hard-coded, embedded geo-tracking systems so that the US government literally knows where all of our data centers is. So if I'm using Anthropic is literally going to be spying on me in order to figure out my identification and everything else. So if I go with the American AI stack, I've got to deal with this mess. If I deal with the Chinese AI stack, I swipe a credit card. I know what stack I think I'd be looking at. And then the funny part is, though, again, we hear these arguments out of the U.S. government, and they're like, but what about the Uyghurs? What about Tiananmen Square? Eli, see, the problem with Eli, right, is he's ignoring the fact that if you ask an AI Chinese model about Tiananmen Square, it won't give you an answer. And you're like, yeah, but here's the thing, guys. If I have an AI powered telephone system for a brewery, because I'm in Asheville, I'm a brewery, and one of my customers calls into the brewery, do you think they're going to be asking about Tiananmen Square? What is this brewery's opinion about Tiananmen Square? No, they're going to be like, hey, what is the stout that is on tap today? Are you currently open? Can I bring my dog? It is amazing how in normal conversation, Tiananmen Square doesn't actually come up. It is amazing when you're building AI systems to power electronics records processing, ERP, or whatever, where Tiananmen Square doesn't come up. Can you imagine this, right? Right, you got this whole library. You got a library of 1,000,000 images, right? You need to go through and you need to do a taxonomy on 1,000,000 images. And that's gonna be the thing. Look, if you use a Chinese model, any picture you have on Tiananmen Square will not get the proper taxonomy. Like, I mean, I'm just out here. Like when you look at your little film roll or what the fuck it's called in the model world, right? Like you're looking through all of the pictures that you've taken of your loved ones and your pets and places you've been. How many of those pictures are of Tiananmen Square? I'm guessing probably not many. And so the reality is, from a practical standpoint, however you feel about the Uyghurs, however you feel about Tiananmen Square, however you feel about many things, if you're looking at implementing systems that will be powered by artificial intelligence to actually do work that solves a problem for your organization, you look at the disaster of American policy as far as AI is concerned and how to access our stack. And you look at China saying, hey, you want our stack? I have a credit card. Whose stack do you think people are going to go with? And again, and it gets a little hard to be clear for most of the world. For the most of the world, it gets a little hard to stomach the whole Uyghur thing or the whole Tiananmen Square thing when we just got into an illegal war with it. We're not even willing to call what we're doing in Iran a war, because if we called it a war, then there'd be a whole bunch of questions. We're bombing the ever-loving crap out of another country just simply because we invaded Iraq. 1,000,000 civilians died because of our invasion of Iraq, and Americans. So the whole argument, well, America is moral and China is immoral. Again, look, if you're American, fine. Look, we're all American. Propaganda, jingoism, yay! Here's the thing: if you're in Spain, you're probably not gonna be able to stomach that very well. But anywho, what do you think about this? What do you think about Anthropic spying on you to verify that you're the right type of user? What do you think about them implementing this spying regime? And then even after they decided to pull it down, they never actually got around to pulling it down. Isn't that kind of interesting? And then what do you think? What do you think about the fact that they're saying, oh, we're no longer doing that anymore because we found a more effective way of doing that? Are you feeling comfortable about the American AI stack right now? You're like, yay, this is going to work well. Trust. Trust. Anyways, put your thoughts down in the comment section down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. Also, if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. And with that, see y'all later.